Hello, Scorpio. I warmly welcome you to SHARO'N's Tarot. I'm really happy to have you here sharing this moment with me. Thank you for your energy, your trust, and for being part of this space. Remember that you are the one who creates your path. You have the power to build the future you desire. Take only what resonates with you in this reading, and simply let the rest flow without forcing it. This is a general reading, so you can watch it whenever you feel guided to. If you wish, you can also complement it with your rising sign or your moon sign for a more complete guidance. Now we are going to connect with the energy of the moment and receive the messages that your guides, your intuition, or your ancestors want to share with you, according to what you are going through, thinking, or feeling right now. Your first card is the King of Pentacles, meaning this card already conveys a sense of success from the very beginning. Things are going to go well, Scorpio. Especially if there is something that is already giving you good energy, confidence, and you are starting to flow with that situation. If there is any matter or area that you feel is progressing well, I truly see that this situation will end up becoming yours. Of course, things must always be secured until the very end, but there is clearly a matter here that will benefit you and end up being yours, especially if it is related to finances or material gain, because we are talking about a King of Pentacles. The energy of the King of Pentacles is very powerful. It is the energy of material manifestation, of achieving results in a concrete and effective way. And in fact, this is also the attitude you are currently adopting, not necessarily because you are forcing anything, because it does not always work like that. Many times, people believe something will turn out exactly as they want, and then it does not happen that way. Here it is not about forcing, but about inner certainty. You are not pretending or trying to convince yourself. Deep down you know that something is already yours, that you are going to achieve it, and so it will be. The universe responds to the deepest emotions of the heart, not the ones we pretend to have, but the ones we truly feel. And to reach this level of certainty and manifestation, you need to have gone through certain life experiences before. The cards show me that you already have this clarity. You know something will be yours, and it will be. I am sure that days ago you went through situations that brought you into this King of Pentacles energy. In other words, the positive consequence of what you have recently lived is now manifesting. There are beautiful things that you built through your past actions, and now they are supporting you. In fact, if something is working in your life, it is because your past self acted correctly. You did not exaggerate, you did not pretend. You were simply authentic. You acted genuinely. And that is why you are now seeing positive results. Also learn from that past version of yourself, from what you did well in previous weeks, because that process has been key for this new success that is approaching. Now the Two of Wands appears. There are certain matters that need adjustment, but nothing will get out of your control. This card shows that you have the ability to organize, structure, and manage your life. There may be slight changes in plans, yes, and that can even be positive. Some new things may appear that will require you to adjust your schedule. An earlier meeting, a rescheduled appointment, or a change of date. But all of that ultimately turns out to be beneficial. The strong point here is organization. You are in a process of removing what is unnecessary and simplifying your life, and that is very positive. Less is more, and you are doing it well. The Page of Cups brings illusions, dreams, and wishes that are coming true. There is something you have wanted for a long time, and you are finally going to obtain it. Your intuitions are guiding you toward it in an unconscious way. This page also shows that someone is going to express affection or feelings toward you. It may appear in different ways, but it will most likely come through an intense, deep, or meaningful conversation. From that conversation, a confession, clarification, or unexpected revelation may arise. But it will be positive because it will provide you with emotional support. It is something important. If you are completely single, this confession could come from someone close to you who appreciates you deeply. Someone who wants to express how important you are, or how much you have helped them. There is a very sincere and emotional energy here. The Page of Cups also brings additional surprises. An invitation to go out or some event you were not expecting. I cannot tell you everything, because then it would lose the surprise effect. But I do see that something is being added to your plans, and it will work out very well. This will bring emotional calm to your heart. At the bottom of the deck appears the Ace of Wands. This confirms a positive, optimistic, and vibrant energy. If today you feel low on energy, sad, or disconnected, that is temporary. Sometimes people do not feel emotionally well, but that changes. Release what you are feeling. If you need to cry, cry, because after emotional release, clarity returns. This Ace of Wands shows that when you recover your energy, you move directly toward success. And even if things do not look perfect right now, positive changes are on the way. Do not stop moving forward or stop fighting to feel better. Life is about balance, not giving up. Now the Hanged Man appears together with the King of Cups. You are making important sacrifices in order to maintain stability, and many of those efforts are completely worth it. I also see that you are coming out of an emotional stagnation. You have been through days of confusion where you were not sure how you felt. A bit of happiness, a bit of sadness, emotional overwhelm. Emotions are ambiguous, and they cannot always be clearly labeled. Sometimes trying to define them only creates more confusion. Simply live the process without trying to categorize what you feel, because emotions are constantly flowing. What you are trying to achieve will be yours. The King of Cups also represents you strongly, Scorpio, regardless of gender. Yes, something is manifesting for you. The Magician appears as a key card. You are in a process of manifestation. You have asked the universe for something, and it is being activated. The cards ask you not to doubt yourself. Even if it does not manifest exactly as you imagined, it will still arrive, and likely in an even better way. There may be small creative blocks or moments where you feel stuck, but that is temporary. The Hanged Man confirms this. After that, you regain your practical and spiritual power. The world appears as the closing of a cycle. A cycle of pain is ending. Each person experiences this reading differently, but what matters is that this cycle is already closing. You are beginning to see the world with new eyes. You are entering a new way of interpreting what you want. You are affirming, I am capable of achieving it. I am going to have what I want to obtain. And yes, the world is going to be on your side, Scorpio. It is a very powerful card, the World. It not only indicates that energetically many things have been closing, but also that many things are going to be given to you. Dare to keep exploring, continue making those calls you were making last week, keep creating things in your own style. I see that something truly powerful can come from that. You have here the Nine of Wands. Let's go a little deeper into this energy. The Nine of Pentacles appears, the Hermit. Who is this person? A King of Pentacles, a Knight of Pentacles with the star. No, well, that's actually quite good. I'm going to draw one more card for the Nine of Wands, Death. Why does this person appear here? The Queen of Swords with the Justice card. Look, this speaks about situations that are difficult to describe, but that are not necessarily negative in intent. Let me explain it to you. If it resonates with you, take it. If not, let it go because it is something somewhat ambiguous, and as I was saying, they are bittersweet situations, where on one hand it is yes and on the other hand not so much. And that is where the complexity lies, because there are things that cannot easily be labeled. In your cards, a person appears who is not actually against you. You know that as well. There is no direct rivalry or obsession toward you, nothing like that. But it is true that recently you have not had a very harmonious relationship with this person who shows up here. It is not strictly romantic. It is more about another type of situation. Coexistence, work interaction, or even someone relatively unknown. But they appear as the Queen of Swords, a person who strongly defends their point of view, their ideas, and their position, and who is not really empathizing much with what you are going through because they are more focused on themselves. I understand that this person will continue on their own path. If you had been going through a close situation with him or her, since it can be a man or a woman, I leave that to you. This has already ended. The Death card appears here, which indicates the end of a cycle. It was a short stage you went through with this person, where you learned what you could or even grew stronger personally. But this is no longer continuing. These are the kind of people who enter your life. You go through somewhat intense experiences, and then each one goes their separate way. What I do see is that this person has a certain focus on you in terms of comparison, competition, or attention. There is something this person saw in you and wanted to replicate or imitate. This needs to be said because it is noticeable. If you felt that someone was following in your footsteps, First of all, it was not imagination, it was real. Sometimes people can indeed be a bit envious. It is not always projection. It is true that in some cases people project emotions, yes, but not always. There are also envious or intrusive people, and this is not always just a mental illusion. In your case, I see a specific situation, someone you had some kind of work or business interaction with, Scorpio, but this has already ended. It is not something decisive. If there is any legal process involved, that will also be resolved. Justice will give you what corresponds to you, because that is what justice does. And here it appears in a favorable way. I do not see injustice or anything unfair. You know your rights as well, and if you have told the truth, I am sure justice will also give you what belongs to you. And this is the last thing I will say about this. But if none of this resonates with you because everything has been very peaceful lately, then I see a person close to you who is very hardworking, who does not socialize much, and prefers to focus on their own things. This person is also happy with that lifestyle. You and this person are going to organize some plan together. I feel this is someone who will also help you with the things you want to do. And overall, their attitude is quite good. But yes, this person will require you to stop doing something. In other words, they will say, Scorpio, we are not doing this anymore. Instead of adding new things, they will focus on eliminating certain things. That is why I told you from the beginning. This is about minimizing, discarding, not adding. And I see that this will help you both clear situations and focus on what truly matters, because it seems this person has good intentions. They are not negative or anything like that, especially if this final part resonates with a close person in your life. Let's draw the final cards to see what else comes up in the tarot. Scorpio, money is coming. You have the 7 of Pentacles and the 6 of Pentacles. There is also the 3 of Swords. There is someone I see you want to help. The Queen of Wands. You want to support this person because they have gone through a very difficult situation. This is a hard-working woman who has experienced something very harsh, and you want to help her either financially or by supporting her in some way. But for that, you also need financial resources. The payment you are waiting for or building up is going to arrive. And with that you will also be able to help this person if you wish. It is not an obligation. It is voluntary unless it is your responsibility due to a contract or agreement. That is different. But if it resonates with you personally, you will be able to help this person. I want to know more about the 3 of Swords. It makes me curious. There is a bit of stress, fatigue, also a 10 of Wands and a 7 of Swords. This is because you have had to postpone many things you wanted to do, and work has piled up. Do not worry, things will be fine. The money you are waiting for will arrive without any issues. The Emperor also appears, showing stability and structure in your life. In the emotional area, I see the Sun. If you have a partner, there is a concern on their side. This will be clarified. Whatever is necessary must be done so the situation improves, especially because there is worry about something you both have discussed or planned. But the final outcome is positive. The Sun indicates understanding, clarity, and harmony between you. If there were arguments, they likely did not come from the heart, but from stress or the situation itself. In the end, everything will be resolved, and you will confirm that this person loves you more than you think. If you relate it to a family member, that also fits. It may be someone young, with a changing temperament, very optimistic, but sometimes frustrated when things do not go as they want. This can cause conflicts, but that person does not want to distance themselves from you. They want to reconcile and clarify everything. They want to turn the page and restore harmony. The signs that appear in your cards are Taurus, Leo, Sagittarius, Gemini. Your sign Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, Pisces, and Virgo. These are the most repeated signs in your reading. Thank you, Scorpio, for sharing this reading with me here at SHARO'N's Tarot. I hope these messages brought you clarity, guidance, or simply a little light to your path. Remember to keep only what resonates with you and release the rest with love. Trust your intuition, because it is always guiding you to where you need to be. If you enjoyed this reading, you can subscribe, like, and turn on the notification bell to keep receiving more messages from the universe. I send you lots of beautiful energy, protection, and abundance. See you in the next video. And remember, nothing is a coincidence, everything arrives at the perfect time.